put on the slots of the shoulder rests, and then on the carriage we're going to have one spring. So one heavy spring is enough here, and I'm going to just demonstrate how we can move it a little bit if we want to. Okay, if you don't want to move the carriage at all, you can put a little bit more springs just to help the client keep it still. Here on Aileen, she's going to be standing on the rails, yeah, with the feet parallel pointing forward, and we're using the extensor straps going on the inside of her thigh and then attached onto the square part of the clip on the outside here. So we have those on both sides. So it sort of should look like a harness, yeah, or like a bungee jump setup once you're done. So she's going to start here with like a prayer pose with the hands. You can also, if that's not comfortable, just interlace the fingers or have the hands onto the hips or forward. So she's going to go into that position, and we're going to start, let's take just a baby step forward, just a little step, yeah. So she can feel a little bit of the resistance here. We have the leg springs attached onto the top of the frame, okay? So she's going to start with a squat. She's going to go down into a squat, nice wide hips, and then coming up from there. Good. We'll do that a couple times. So here you can see how the springs are stretching out as her pelvis goes down towards the floor. So it provides her support, and the leg springs are pretty heavy, yeah? So it's very nice. It gives her a sort of bouncy feeling, yeah? So she can start, yeah, excellent. So she can start doing a little bounce there, yeah, into the straps. Make sure that the straps are comfortable onto the pelvis there. Excellent. We're going to do that one more time, and then we're going to build up on top of this. Excellent. So here you're really focusing on opening up through the hips, using the support of the springs to go down onto that squat. And you could see how she was beautifully demonstrating how to maintain the body upright, yeah? Because of that support, we can afford to do that and not allow the bum to go back too much and the torso to hinge forward, okay? So then from here, we're going to go down on that squat, and she's going to reach the hands onto the vinyasa triangle and pike her pelvis up. So this is like a modified a downward dog, and if this is where you'd stay, that's okay. Today, we're going to walk her forward to go into all the way to a plank. So we know now the distance between her feet and the hands here. We could stay in this position, just focus and breathe here. So we're looking for that long line through the torso. We can lift the head up just a little higher. Perfect. Pushing onto those arms to make sure that the serratus is working. And here, it's just amazing the support that the spring gives you. So you can focus on the components of this position without suffering too much like we do sometimes on the mat, right? So now she's going to press into the hands, pike up into a downward dog position. Here, to achieve a good position, we want to be in the neutral. So she's going to bend her knees ever so slightly and think of little hook pulling her sit bones and sacrum up towards the ceiling. So this provides almost like a little adjustment and attraction of her pelvis up away from her upper body. Now we're going to walk her hands back over the triangle and then all the way, and she can roll her spine all the way up. Yeah, we're going to now progress into a bit more of a flow. She's working really hard here. So back into your prayer, we're going to go down into the squat. Pike the pelvis, reach the hands, walk forward all the way to plank. And now we're going to add a bit more articulation through the spine. So first, stay neutral. Pike the pelvis up and back. Bend the knees and lift the heels a bit. You don't need to feel the pressure of touching those heels onto the rails. Now she's going to round her spine and articulate forward just to a neutral and pause on the plank. And then up and back again into that neutral downward dog. She's really creating traction with the hands and pushing the carriage away. Round the spine and then lengthen out, reaching the top of the head away from the heels, and then up and back again. Good. And then one last time, we're going to round the spine. That's it. Lengthen out, and here's that little movement. Come all the way to plank. Pause here. Yeah, without sinking the pelvis yet. Here's a little movement that you could add to this one. She's going to pull the carriage a little bit towards her feet and then return it back. That's it. And again, feel that connection with the core pull and then return. Now pressing the carriage forward, downward dog, bum up and back there, and then without collapsing the head, walking the hands back, back, back. Relax the head and roll the spine all the way up. Very nice. Take a little breather, roll those shoulders, and we're going to do it one last time. So the last little piece of the puzzle here is going to be like an upward dog position. So now we're creating extension. So here we go. Ready? So hands on. We're going to go down and then piking the pelvis, hands to the triangle. Walk forward and find your plank, lifting the head. Keep connecting onto those serratus. That's it. We're going to pike the pelvis up and back to your downward dog. Push the hands away. Lift the head up a little higher. Now we're going to round the spine, lengthen, find the plank, and then draw the pelvis down, creating that extension. And she can even pull that carriage a little bit if she wants to. Nice. And then back to your neutral, all the way up and back. And then walking those hands through and over the triangle, and then relax the head and articulate the spine one vertebrae at a time. Good. So you can see how this whole setup provides you support, so you're not feeling exhausted on those muscles that we need for this sequence and flow, and we can afford, to stay there a little longer and work a little bit harder. Okay, so I hope you can use this to help improve the practice of your clients, and we hope to hear from you soon.